everyone, my name is Kim Alger and I am the Communication Librarian here at Millersville University. And when I am working the Research Assistant's desk, I often get the question, how do I find a book at the library? And while you may be used to your school library or your public library, university college libraries are a little bit different. And that's what this video is all about. The best place to get started is on McNary Library homepage. And when I am looking for a physical book in the library, while you can find it using library search, it does return a lot of other things, and I want to just focus on physical books. So instead, I'm going to come down to this little box at the bottom of the screen called Finding Information, and I'm going to use select Books, eBooks, and Video. And the place where we're going to start is the Millersville University Library Catalog. I'm going to do an advanced search, and today I'm looking for a specific subject. So this way it allows me to find materials where the book is tagged, so to speak, with a subject term. And the subject that I'm looking for today is Georgia O'Keeffe. And then I'm going to go ahead and search. So it looks like right now we have, right up here, it tells us we have 35 materials here in the library. If you do not want something like audiovisual, I can say exclude audiovisual and get rid of them. There was only one, but sometimes there can be more, so I wanted to tell you how to do that. Okay, so now we're here at the records for books about, where Georgia O'Keeffe is the topic of the book. And so if this is the book I want, Georgia O'Keeffe by Janet Souter, I can now look and see that in the status down here in about the middle of the page, it says item is available. And I can see at the top of the page, it tells me where the book is located. It's in the general collection, not the oversized collection. I'll tell you about oversized in a minute. And the call number is ND237.0, excuse me, it's not a 0.05, O for O'Keeffe, because it's about O'Keeffe. And that's the first initial of the last name. And then S68, because that's the first initial of the author, of the last name of the author. And it was published in 2005. Probably more than you wanted to know, but that's what all that coding means. All right, so what I generally like to do is I tell students to write that call number down and maybe write the title. But since we're really looking for books about Georgia O'Keeffe, we may just go to that section because the books on Georgia O'Keeffe are likely all in one section. Sometimes when we're looking for books about things, different topics in the library, they may be in a couple different locations, depending on maybe the kind of viewpoint of the book. Anyhow, so you write that down and you go off to look for that. But before I send you off to look at it, because I'm actually going to take you off into the library to find the book, I want to point out a few more things. So say I'm looking for a primary source, obviously about Georgia O'Keeffe, but I want it maybe by Georgia O'Keeffe. So if you look here, author, down here on the left-hand side, and creator, we can check that item, apply filters. And maybe I'm looking for some things written by Georgia O'Keeffe, maybe some letters or a diary by her. So I'm going to scroll down, and this sixth item on the list is called Georgia O'Keeffe Art and Letters. So I'm going to be able to see maybe some things about her, maybe her perspective about her work, or maybe about what was going on in her life when she was writing, when she was creating some of her works of art. So I think that's one that I want to view. And a way to know a little bit more is when you click on the link for the item record. Sometimes there'll be a summary or some notes, and I don't see that here. Something interesting to note is that it's called a virtual browse, but it gives you an idea of what else is on the shelf next to that book. So this is the book we were looking at, Georgia O'Keeffe, Art and Letters. There's also next to it is the selected paintings, and then Bottle of Notes, some voyages by Owen. So I'm not sure about that one. Seems a strange thing to be next to O'Keeffe. Maybe it is about her, we just don't know about it. Anyhow, so I think that's enough to get you started. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to tell you about that I said I would go back to in a minute, and that is Oversized. So I don't know. I'm going to come back and let's see. Yes. So down on the left-hand side, when we talk about library location, and I told you the books, most of them are in the general collection. There are some books, especially art books, that tend to be oversized because the author wants to include really great images, and so sometimes they're much bigger and they don't fit on our regular size shelves. So we have shelves that are designed to be much taller, or flat file shelves, and this is the oversized collection. So you can click on this so I can show you what an oversized collection looks like. And it'll say general collection, but oversized, and it specifically says 7th floor, because normally the art books are down in lower level 1. Okay, and so I'm going to get rid of that filter for oversized. And what else? Is there anything else down here I want to show you? Yeah, you can limit it by English language, special collections. So we have a department in the library called Special Collection Archives and Special Collections, and so maybe there's a rare work or piece that's located in Special Collections, or maybe there's a particular author that we collect here in the library, or maybe that author is actually an alumni from the university, and so the item is in Special Collections. If you need a book that's in Special Collections, you need to call them, because it's not something that they is just sitting out in the open, and they have to go into the back and pull that book for you. So usually it's a great idea to give them a call. And if you want to talk to somebody from Special Collections, there is a link on our library homepage. Over here again, in Finding Information, click on Special Collections. And then there is information, and you can contact them there. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to show you how to actually go find this book in the library. So let's say that we want to go ahead and find this book that includes art and letters. So I'm going to write down that call number for myself on a piece of paper. N657 is on the first line of the spine label. Then the O39 is on the second line of the spine label. Then A4 is on the third line, and 1987 is on the fourth line. Okay, let's go take a walk and find that book. Okay, here we are in the main entry of the library, and now we're getting ready to find that book. So we're going to go into the main part of the library. If you ever need any help, you can ask the students who work here at the help desk. So they're hiding. All right, so in the main section of the library is where all our books are kept. And what is it we have to find? So we're looking for N6537. That's downstairs, lower level 1. All right, I like to take the steps. And the first thing you'll see is it tells you where to go. So we're looking for N, so we're in this section that says L through PS 299. You can either go left or right, and hopefully I'm not moving too fast for you. On the ends of each of these, you will see the call number, and that's how you know where to go. And we're looking for N. So we found the N section, but now we're looking for 6537. So if you look on the ends, wow, 6537 95, and we are looking for O39, so it's in this section. But wait a minute, how am I going to fit in there? You won't. These are rolling shelving, and we just have to make it happen. So if it doesn't move when you push on it, you need to pull it out so that you see the green. I won't make you watch rolling all of the shelves. And as we're rolling this last one, to open the last part of the compact shelving to the section that we want. So it's on the right hand side that we are looking for, and we're going to come down this aisle. And we should be right here near the end. So N6537, let's go back to our note, and then O39. All right, we are at H, down a little bit lower, L, and O, and it's a little tight in here, and it's not focusing. O39. So we see 1991, and we're looking for 1987. Okay, I found it, but it's a little tight in here, so I didn't make you stay with me while I was looking through all of them. So there it is, and that's our book. All right, now that we've found our book, I can use it here in the library, or I can check it out, and that is down at the main service desk that I showed you by the entrance to the library. Students will check it out to you, and I believe you have a book for 3 weeks. I'm never good on those policies, but a great place to find out is actually on the library homepage. You can go to Finding Your Way in McNary Library. Once you're on the library wayfinding guide, you can go to, I believe, Circulation and Course Reserves, because circulation is when we circulate the materials out to you. And yep, here we go. On this first section called Circulation is Borrowing and Renewals. And it tells you MU students, you have the books out for 84 days, so I was obviously very wrong on the time period on that. Something else I want to point out to you really quick on the wayfinding guide where we were just located, and that is there is a tab over here called Books and More. Since I already knew where I was going in the library, that section I knew was down in lower level 1, but you probably don't know where you're going. So you want to come to the tab called Books and More, and there is a directory of materials, and it tells you where those collections are located, so you find the call number you want. We were looking for PN, I believe it was PN, and so that falls in this area, but if we were looking for those oversized books, they were up on the 7th floor, and that's right here. So with that said, I think that gives you a basic idea of how to find materials, how to find books specifically here in the library. If you ever get stuck and you cannot find a book in the library once you've gone to the shelves, stop back up to the main service desk and ask one of the students who are working there, and they will be glad to help you. Sometimes the book is sitting on a shelf waiting to be reshelved, or maybe it's been misplaced, and we will put in a search to go find the book. Okay, that's all for now. I hope this video was helpful for you in finding books here at the library. Have a great day. Bye.